Good afternoon and welcome to another Parker Adams Boat Sales walkthrough tour. Now this particular walkthrough tour has a huge amount of personal importance to me, and the reason is because I'm down in Port Solent today, and just behind me is a absolutely stunning condition Fairline Targa 33. Now the Fairline Targa 33 to me is the ultimate Targa in terms of when it was produced. It really was the envy of everyone on the Solent. The Fairline Targa range has become synonymous right the way through to the largest boats that they produce now, 65 GTO. But of course it really started with the Targa 33, and it was the Targa 33 that really captured the imagination of motorboating and really put Fairline's name on the map. So not only that, I'm also particularly personally invested in this boat because I used to do a lot of boating with my parents when I was growing up, and in fact my parents used to go boating with this very boat. So dare I say it, 25, nearly 30 years ago, you would actually find me on the back of this boat going away on holidays down to the West Country, going across the Channel. Now the owner has actually owned this boat for 28 years, and he's contacted me recently, knowing of course that we run Parker Adams Boat Sales, and has asked me to sell it for him. The boat is in beautiful condition. It's a 1988 build, but actually when the owner bought her in 1995, he actually had two brand new Volvo Penta 41 diesel engines put in it. That's when he bought her in 1995. But the amazing thing about this boat is that, as I mentioned, it's only one owner since then, but the engines have only covered 270 hours. So that's 270 hours in, well, not far off 30 years. But mechanically, she's been kept in perfect order, serviced every single year, really maintained, really looked after. But he's only taken her out once or twice a season for quite a few years now. However, quite often when we see low hour engine boats, we get concerned, but this boat has been maintained beautifully. So what you're getting is almost as new, 41 engines inside. Now, I'm really excited to bring you a walkthrough tour on this boat. As I say, there's a lot of personal memories about this particular boat. It's not just the model, but it's the actual boat. But I think the line of the boat is absolutely classic. It's one of those shapes that just doesn't really date. Yes, you can tell it's an older boat, but the shape, the style of the boat is fantastic. And the condition of this boat equally has been kept really nicely. It was out the water just last week. Clive Hook down here in Port Solent has done a brilliant job at polishing up this surface, and this boat has never been out to the Med. So you can see that the GRP on it is just beautifully white, and I would say, my personal opinion, I'd struggle to find a better example of the Fairline Targa 33. I've certainly not seen a better example. It was restriped a few years ago, which got rid of the really large banded stripes and put these smaller stripes on. The covers, they actually came back about an hour ago. We've got new glass that's been put in the front covers, so they look absolutely as new. The polish achieved on the boat is fantastic. The boat's also fitted with heating, so you can just see a heating vent down there. Now, a lot of the boat is original, however, it is all in very nice condition. And we find this a lot on boats that are kept outside houses at Port Solent because they're loved, because the owners are on them very regularly, and they spend a lot of time and they really do care for the boat. So I'll just give you a quick whiz around here. You've got seating that wraps around the whole of the back here, and you've got a lovely table that sits in there. You don't have an exit apart from going over the back of the seat or removing that cushion to get out, but actually what that does is it creates this really large area where you can sit probably 6 or 7 people at the stern. Yes, it can be useful to have a rear stern gate, but actually you do end up losing quite a lot of space. Boats of this age typically didn't have this. I know the Sunseeker Martinique 36, that's another boat of this sort of age, again had a very similar arrangement where you had the all-round seating. I do apologise if I get a bit hot here. It's about 30 degrees I think here today. It's a very warm day in Port Solent. So if we look around, all of this upholstery has all been replaced, but it was replaced quite a few years ago, but there's no rips, tears, no marks on it, and it's all presented in very nice condition. The cockpit floor in here, you do see synthetic teak on some of them. That hasn't been done on this particular boat, it's just carpet. But of course, if the owner wanted to upgrade this cockpit space and put some synthetic teak down, you could do. Helm-wise, everything is really very original. You've got a digital compass here. And then, as I said, you've got all the Volvo Penta dials that everyone will be used to seeing. Only one of the hour gauges is working. Again, very normal with Volvo Penta gauges to stop the hours working, but 270 hours is what that's reading. You've got the trim systems, you've got all these Carling switches, and then these good, reliable mechanical engine switches. You've got VHF, you've got autopilot on this. You've got a, in fact, these were brand new out when the owner put this on. In fact, I remember him fitting this particular autopilot. It was the new Sport Pilot, which was designed for boats just like this. You can see this covers. You hardly see that the glass is in there. They've literally just been put in there by master covers. And the condition, as I mentioned, everything is in really, really lovely original condition. So let's carry on down below. And down below, I'm pleased to say, it's in just as good condition. So as we step down, the owner had this new work surface put on a few years back. You can see that everything is very original, but very clean and tidy. The upholstery was reupholstered again some years ago, but it's all presented in absolutely lovely condition. It was also recarpeted, again of an age when blue carpet's very fashionable, so it's something that the owner may choose to change that for a creamier carpet, but actually it's all in really, really nice order. Now, something that this particular boat has, if you look at the Fairlines back then, the Fairline, what used to be the Fairline Targa 3033, only had an L-shaped seating down below, whereas this particular boat has got this lovely U-shaped seating. And in fact, the hull on this boat is actually 36'7" overall, and they continue to use this hull through to the Fairline Targa 34. So the original Fairline Targa 34 used this hull. All they did is extend the rear area to include an integral bathing platform, and then the radar arch went back the other way. So this hull was a really good, tried and tested hull. And in fact, with these 41s, they're still a really powerful engine, and this particular boat still does give very, very good performance. The 41s are known as being, a really reliable, solid engine block. In fact, that 41 engine block they continue to use for about 25 years. So the 41s became the 42s when they added a supercharger, the 43s when they then added an EDC control, the 44 when they upped the power, and then finally the CAD 300s generating 285 horsepower. Of course, these are 200 horsepower each, up to 285 horsepower. So you can see the capability from that block. So what you end up is a really good, strong, reliable engine, which is just a simple diesel turbocharged engine. So let's carry on with the tour on this particular boat. So the galley area, the boat's got gas. So you can see here you've got a gas oven and then a hob under there. You've got a microwave fitted. The boat doesn't have a generator, but obviously the microwave generates can be used on shore power. And then in the master cabin, you've got an offset bed. Just pop that back up. There's a lovely painting there, photograph that the owner took. And in fact, just showing my age now, that photograph was actually taken in 1992, and I was actually moored next door to the owner when he took that photograph. I was a wee child, dare I say it. So here is the owner's cabin. You can see offset centered bed, skylight here, and then a nice array of cupboard space. Throughout the boat, you've got lots and lots of good cupboard space, and quite deep cupboards as well. So it really did make going away for holidays, travelling the West Country, and of course going across the Channel really, really nice and easy, and lots of space for storage. Spin around here. In the rear cabin, you've got a double berth in the back. You've got a heating outlet just down there, and then a really, really good sized double cabin in the back here. And then again, all of this lovely wood finish and a nice big mirror here. Something I like in the heads is the heads actually had a window which goes out into the cockpit. The Targa 3033, whilst it was a similar boat, had a different hull. It was smaller, it was 34'1" overall, and this didn't have this window. And I think this window is really nice. It lets a lot of light in, and that toilet's is not an original toilet. That's been replaced as well. Just close that up. All the fridges work, everything is in full working order, and you can see this smaller dining table here, and there is actually an additional table as well. So just to give you a quick scoot around, everything down below I describe as being in really original but really good condition. If you look up at the wall, the ceiling linings on a lot of boats of this age, the ceiling linings will have started to drop. They haven't done that on this boat. Got this lovely big barometer and clock. Let's head back upstairs again. And I will just come back here. You've got a cockpit fridge, which is just in there. You've got a storage locker in there, and again, this top here was replaced and popped in there, and then speakers for the sound system down below. So, as I mentioned, this is a boat which personally means a lot to me and brings back a lot of very, very happy childhood memories. I remember going away with my parents and the owners of this boat nearly 30 years ago. I am showing my age now. So thanks as always for watching. This is a beautiful condition Fairline Targa 33. As I mentioned, a 1988 boat, which was re-engined in 1995 and only 270 hours since. So thanks as always for watching and supporting the channel. I hope you've enjoyed this walkthrough tour of this brilliant classic Fairline, and for me this is really the epitome of the Targa series of boats. So thanks as always for watching, and we look forward to bringing you the next video. If of course you'd like to find out more information about this boat, please do have a look at the website. The link is just down below, and of course in the comments we aim to reply to all the comments. So thanks for watching. Please make comments, and we look forward to seeing you next time. Thanks again.